Hey, welcome back, beautiful collective. Let's get straight to your reading. Collective energy, thank you so very much for joining me here. I hope that you are all protecting your space. Let's come out in two collective reads, guys, about protecting your homes, your space. Okay, old-fashioned thinking. Sacrifice for love, must give something up. Emotional or mental clarity, secrets coming to light, a breakthrough. Somebody wants to reconcile with you. They will return. There is unfinished business. But they had to make a painful decision. Now, they had to sacrifice something in order to come to you, but you were like this. Okay, so there's a forbidden fruit here. Being strung along, given false hope, selfish intentions. What's this? Seeing a future with you. They choose you. Okay? There is marriage in your future. But it's like you had to go through a lot of difficulties to get this. Like, hang on. You had to go through a lot of surface level relationships, or this person did, in order to find like you were the one for them. There is marriage in your future because no one compares to you. So this person had to go through a lot of superficial relationships before they realized who you were. And maybe you yourself had to go through a lot of superficial relationships, people stringing you along, before you realized who you were. Okay, so there could be money problems, right? This person didn't want sacrifice you because they were having money problems or money was tight. So somebody wants to talk to you. You're the star with a bright future. And there is a soul connection in your future. There are too many memories here. This person's coming running back. Now, hang on. You've been busy doing the work here, and someone's angry now that you're abundant and you have options. Hang on now. See, there are a lot of love lessons being learned here, both on your behalf and their behalf. Now, you know your worth, your value now. You're not going to let anybody string you along. And you know that if they're not willing to sacrifice for love, there is no point in putting in the work. And now that you have realized yourself and your value and who you are, now this person is starting to see your value, your worth. And I think that whoever they've been dealing with is angry at you. I think that this person is angry at the fact that now you know your value, your worth, you have options, you're abundant. You're the catch. This person chose you. You were their choice. But they may have ran from the relationship because they were used to superficial relationships. And I don't think that this person wanted to sacrifice. But they are sacrificing anyways. So they may have gone for what they really wanted because they're sacrificing anyway. Insecurities. This person is learning lessons, and so are you. This is a solid foundation. And they ghosted it. But you were the one that they chose. This is weird. So this person could have had like an affair at work or something like that. Somebody was playing around, then they regret it. So they may have had a fling, or they may have met somebody while they were working and cheated, and it was a superficial relationship that they went to, and they figured, well, you're going to be angry if they tell you the truth. You're probably not going to deal with them, especially if they got someone pregnant. So they regret ending this relationship. It was a soul connection, something that they had wished for. They wished to have married you. They wanted this marriage with you. Difficult decision now, see? And this person wanted to do what they thought at the time was the right thing to do. They got greedy. They were selfish. And you're over here like balanced. You're over here healing, trusting your intuition. You were patient with this person, man. They could have strung you along. See, you have learnt your lessons. You have learnt your value. You have learnt. This person wanted to marry you. This person, either you were married to them or they want to marry you. They wanted to commit to you. They wanted to get engaged to you and get married to you and all of these things. Or that's what they let you believe. And they could have been stringing you along. Or, see, this person was used to superficiality, superficial relationships. And I don't think that this person wanted to sacrifice their finances to commit to you. I think they settled for something superficial. Yes, they did. Because this person, there is marriage in your future. And there is an engagement and a marriage here. In your future, it said. So you could be getting new love. You could be looking for a long-term commitment. You got options in love. Yep. So this person was faced with a difficult decision. Okay? The difficult decision for them was they cheated on you. They made a mess of this relationship. They could have gotten someone pregnant, or they messed up by cheating. They would have had to come toward you and tell you what they did. And they figured it was easier to just not tell you the truth and not tell you what they did, but to just ghost. Knowing damn well you were going to be angry at them. See, and they were insecure. They owed you an apology. They really did. But they didn't want to tell you what they had done. They did not want to admit to, confess to, apologize, because they knew damn well you were going to be angry with them. So they just stopped talking to you, or they just slowly backed away, or they ghosted altogether. They didn't want to sacrifice for this love. You might have been too good for too long, collective. You may have been too good to this person, too patient with this person. You may have allowed them to drag this on way too long. You may have spoiled them. Being too tolerant, being too patient, being too understanding, you were way too patient with this person. You were. And you may have felt like they were stringing you along. They may have talked about marriage with you. They may have talked about having a family with you. They may have talked about being together forever with you. And you were fed up with this person stringing you along. Like, shit or get off the pot here. You're either in or you're out. Which are you? And they could not bring themselves to tell you that money was tight. They didn't want to sacrifice for love. They wanted something superficial. And they knew you were dedicated. They knew that. They knew you were the best thing in their life. You were the catch. They chose you. Like, they chose you. Yes, you were the catch. They chose you. They chose to be with you. They chose you. The problem is, they were superficial. That's what's caused the delay. They loved you, but they were superficial. And they were thinking, well, maybe they'll find somebody with more money, or find somebody who could make them look good. They broke your heart. But the thing is, it also broke their own heart. So they broke your heart, but they broke their own heart. Because this person loved you, and they gave up love for superficiality. Like, yeah, they just pushed you away. Turned cold on you. That's because they were breadcrumbing you. And maybe you turned cold on them. And took your power back. Said, look, I'm not going to be breadcrumbed. I'm not settling. I want marriage. I want commitment. I want a serious relationship. You're either in or you're out. They were hot. They were cold. You were picking up clues and signs from this person. You know what I mean? And then, they were being hot and cold, which was making you hot and cold. But the truth is, they became superficial. That's why things ended. They're in their ego. And you had no choice but take your power back. This person chose you. They wanted to get engaged to you and married to you. They wanted commitment with you. It's funny how this person just switched up like that. Like, they wanted to marry you. They wanted to commit to you. They chose you. Nothing compares to you. They chose you. So what did they do? Settle. Why'd this person settle? Because you got fed up with them stringing you along? They went superficial. But they chose you. Why did this person just switch up on you? It's because they cheated. They had an affair. They were being superficial. And they were faced with a difficult decision. They had options. And then they became superficial. Like this person had it clear in their head. They wanted to marry you. And then all of a sudden they start talking to friends and family, and then they just turn the opposite way. It was weird. I think you were too good to this person. See, this person, that's that thrill of the chase. Wasn't fun anymore. They had you. You were doing everything for them. You were doing too much. You were doing everything for them. Providing them everything. They were breadcrumbing you. It's like this person wanted you to beg them or something. It's crazy. They turned superficial on you. They either were stringing you along, making you false promises. No, but they chose you. It's like, I think they took the forbidden fruit. That's what I think. I think they were tempted, and I think that this person was trying to save face. Because they claim to be like this old-fashioned person. You know what I mean? I think they saving face. They could have blamed you for everything and acted like the victim. How can they come back from that? Like this person had an image to uphold. I think that they blamed you, and I think they turned on you, and I think they have to swallow crow now. I think... Yeah, that's exactly what I think. It'd be too much pride. They'd have to swallow their pride and their ego and admit their mistakes in order to face you. I don't think they can face you. If this person has an ego death, maybe they could say they're sorry, but not before. It's like they would have to suffer this ego death and admit their wrongs and admit to them blaming you and backstabbing you and putting the shit on your pile, stringing you along, leaving you hanging. All of these things they were guilty of. How can they, unless they suffer an ego death, they cannot face you? Because you know the truth. And they would have to admit it and have 100% clarity and provide that to you. And I think they've hung their own neck. I think you gave them enough rope where they hung themselves. You were patient. You gave them everything that you could think of to give them. But they went superficial. They were thinking they could do better than you. And I don't blame you for cutting this person off because they were stringing you along. Like how many years you got to, make a decision. And I think that you were right. I think that you made the right choice. They were stringing you along. They were getting everything from you without giving you a commitment. It went to their head because they are used to superficial relationships. They get a chance at a once in a lifetime kind of love situation. I really don't think this person knew how to handle it. So they have to suffer an ego death in order to face you. They really gotta swallow crow because they've done the most. They would be so embarrassed to admit to you what they had done. Because quite honestly, they did choose you. They messed everything up. And they could have blamed you for it. Now to come back from that is going to take a heck of a person to admit when they have made mistakes. And to admit when they have done somebody wrong. That's the question. Can they? Or won't they? Some will, some won't. But they're going to have to swallow their ego to do it. Take care.